My name is Carlos. I'm 20 years old and I'm based out of Georgetown, Texas. And this is Financial Audit.
All right, 20. So that's the youngest we've had in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do for a living? Or college or what?
I currently work as a security guard for Austin FC's Q2 Stadium.
Security guard?
I am. I'm actually a site security guard, and then on game days, I am a event supervisor.
Hold out your arm. You're a security guard?
Oh, you're gonna get a kick out of
Who are you gonna stop?
Well, we have police there on event days, so.
Well, then why do we need security? No, I'm kidding.
The stadium's under 24/7 security.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, do you enjoy that? I love Austin FC.
Yeah. Our it's actually one of my out of all the jobs I've had, it's my favorite job.
Oh, very
Been with
cool.
the company for 2 years.
Oh, wow. Very cool. So since you were 18?
Yes. So
wow.
When I was in high school, I actually changed schools to study law enforcement. And in my 4th year of law enforcement at the school that I went to, they paid for my security license. So from 18, I had that job. And then 3 months in, I was promoted to a supervisor. And then I've worked as a supervisor for coming up on 2 years in April.
What do you make doing that?
Right. It started out as 13 an hour. And now I'm making 16.
Very cool. How many hours a week do you... Sorry, go ahead.
And then on event days, it's anywhere from 17 to 20.
Oh, cool. What do you bring in a month on average after taxes?
So I also do DoorDash, and I do a little bit of work for my mom's business. My mom owns a...
Well, let's split it up. What do you bring in on average from...
Just from my job, I bring in about $2,000.
Post-taxes? Okay.
Yeah, post-taxes.
Not terrible, but also not a crazy amount. But for just one of 3... You know.
Well, that's the very minimum. I do a lot of overtime. So with overtime, it's about $2,700.
Gotcha. Okay. And DoorDash?
About $1,000.
Okay. Now.
A little bit less, probably.
With your tax bracket, probably don't have to pay too much in general, but you are saving up a little on the side, right? From that.
I don't do my taxes. It's taken care of.
What do you mean?
My mom does my taxes.
Oh. But do you set anything aside from the DoorDash? No,
because she pays them all with her accountant.
She pays with her money?
Yeah.
If you owe anything?
Well,
I don't think you would, honestly, but just in case.
It's a custodial account that my mom manages for me, and she pays my taxes through there. She's been paying my taxes out of my custodial for years.
All right. Well, at some point, you'll want to.
Yeah. I mean,
take care of yourself.
I mean, she did say that this is the year where I'm gonna have to learn how to do taxes. So
it's not hard to a program online, but either way. And then what do you do working for your mom, or what do you make working for your mom?
Oh, it's like $50
a month.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not even gonna count that. No. Okay. Well, never mind. So $3,000 a month.
$3,000.
A little lower than DoorDash.
Sometimes
a little
higher. Sometimes a little lower.
But right around $3,000 if we're a little lower, a little higher. So that's not a ton for an expensive area. But what does your financial situation look like from your perspective right now?
I think it's all right. I definitely have probably the most auto debt that anyone has had on this show.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? But first, I want to give a quick word to our sponsor. So I'm going to talk about the specific situations that make the most sense for this specific sponsor. Typically, in most episodes, likely the episode that this is in, we talk about the snowball method being the best way to get out of debt for a lot of these people. And these people are in the situations where they have low credit card balances across multiple different debts, and it makes sense with those minimum monthly payments to pay off the smallest to the largest. But in certain situations we've had on the show, some people have massive credit card balances on one card with insane interest rates, or crazy private student loans with insane interest rates. In those situations, it makes sense to take those interest rates, refinance them, or consolidate them into something with a lower interest rate. Also, a few times we've talked about people with car loans where it makes no sense to pay those payments until it's paid off, so they need to sell it and borrow the difference so they can get rid of that car debt. And where do they borrow that difference? Usually by taking out a personal loan. Now, no one is here saying, go get more bad debt. These are just the resources to attack the debts in a better way, more strategic way, and get your life in a better footing quicker. And SoFi is a resource that I would personally use if I was in those situations. So that's why I'm happy to have them as a sponsor of today's video. They're a mobile-first company that helps people with any kind of traditional banking and investing as well. Unlike most credit cards, when you use a SoFi personal loan, your interest rate is locked. So no more worrying about the variable rates on the credit cards when you get locked in with a SoFi personal loan. So if you want to see if the rate they can offer is competitive for you and will make your life better, go to SoFi.com/Caleb Hammer. Thanks again to SoFi for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure to check out the link at the top of the description or go to SoFi.com/Caleb Hammer. You can also scan the QR code on the screen now. Thanks again to SoFi for sponsoring today's episode.
But as far as that's
a big hurdle to come over. So, okay, we'll see.
As far as everything else, my cost of living is very low. I live with my dad. So.
Oh, okay. So no rent.
No rent and fairly low cost of living. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what are your debts? You have the auto debt. You have anything else?
I have the auto debt. I have a credit card, and I have another credit card now recently.
Are the debts the credit cards, or do you pay them off every month?
Right now, 2 of them have balances on them. I just put a balance on one of them. My dog unfortunately got attacked by my other dog, and he had an emergency vet visit, and I didn't want the vet visit to wipe out everything that I had in my checking, so I gave my sister my credit card.
You don't have pet insurance?
No,
it was so worth it.
It wasn't as much as I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like $2,000, but it wound up only being like $400.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's look at your checking account. What is your checking account balance right now?
$2,700.
Oh, sweet, good stuff.
And then I got $1,000 in savings.
Okay, I mean, 20. I feel like you're just starting kind of. I don't know. That's a 18, 21 kind of, getting started range. So you're in that range. I think 2,000 in checking account. I think a lot of people your age would be happy with that.
Well, actually, when I reached out to you the first time, because, it's taken a while to do this, but the first time I was living pretty much paycheck to paycheck, $500 in my bank account each week, and then
So what's had you overcome that and just start doing better? Besides watching this show?
Well, 1, this show was a huge motivator, and then 2, for Christmas, my relationship with my girlfriend is fairly new, and she got me something for Christmas, and I couldn't afford to get her anything, so that kind of reignited that flame, and I was like, all right, I really need to get this stuff under control.
Okay. If you want to be motivated to hit that subscribe button, because I love you, and thanks. Well, good, but if you have credit card debt that you should pay off, and you have apparently the highest card debt on the show, which I don't know what it is because you didn't send me a statement for any of that, so we'll just have to see at the end. Why are we doing an online traffic thing? Why are we doing Chick-fil-A? Why are we doing P. Terry's? You brought P. Terry's. Hold it up. Look, this dude who has credit card debt and stuff literally brought food here, and it smells greasy and fatty, and that's what I like, and I'm trying to lose weight. So that's rude for that reason. But also, why are you doing P. Terry's and Jason's Deli and Jack in the Box, Amazon, Microsoft subscription, Apple subscription, and the Home Depot? I mean, you live at home, and McDonald's and Kingston, Wizard something. Okay,
that was a Wizard 101 subscription. I canceled that.
Good. Papa John's, Chick-fil-A, Apple thing, Schlotsky's, Isaiah Cred.
That was for Twitch, when I was doing Twitch, streaming on Twitch.
Okay, well,
I was paying for something that was going to make it for better.
McDonald's, Panda Express, McDonald's, Geek Squad, McDonald's. And then, that's from your checking account. So why is all the money, because look at this. That's the vast majority are highlighted. Why is all that money going to crap when you know you have debt?
Because a lot of the debt is 0 interest. So
all the car debt is 0 interest?
Well, my car debt is not 0 interest.
And if it's apparently the biggest I've had on the show, then why are you not paying that off?
Because I have a plan for the car debt.
And that plan includes Chick-fil-A and P. Terry's every day?
Yes.
Well, I'll hear your plan, then I'll probably on your plan. Just usually how it goes.
So I actually have 2 cars. One is fully paid off, and the other one isn't. But those statements are also very, very old. They're a couple months old. And like I said, when I reached out to you, when I sent those statements, I had $0 in my bank account, and now I have $2,000, $3,000.
Yes, that is good. No, we can celebrate the good things. That is good.
But as far as my Best Buy credit card, so
Yeah, that's the credit card I was just about to pull up.
Whenever I started, so I worked as a security guard for a very long time. And then when the soccer season ended for Austin FC, I was kind of out of work. And I worked as a manager for PetSmart for 6 months. And I had about $15,000 saved up in cash. And streaming and doing Twitch is something I've always wanted to do. But school, I haven't ever been a very good student. School has always gotten in the way of that.
School sucks, yeah.
And with $15,000 saved up, I was like, this is my chance to finally, see how far I can go with this. And I put everything I had into streaming. Not just my money, but also my time.
The $15K?
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoa. When was this?
A little over a year ago.
How'd that go?
I made like $4,000, but it wasn't like enough to supplement my income.
Yeah, I mean, usually it starts slow. Plus, getting discovered on that platform is next to impossible.
Right, and I mean, I will say I haven't been successful at a lot of things I've done, but it hasn't been without effort. Like I put 300 hours into streaming every single day, or every single month. 300 hours, 10 hours live. And then when I wasn't streaming, I was learning how to become a better entertainer, learn how to fill that dead air, learn how to engage with audience, get better at creating videos and all that stuff.
How many subscribers did you get?
I was at like 1.3 thousand, 2,000 whenever I finished.
Why'd you finish? 2,000 is a great starting point for subscribers? Paid subscribers.
Oh, not paid subscribers. Sorry. I was at like
Followers?
I was at like 500.
Still, that's a great spot to even just start.
Right,
I mean, that's the trend starting.
Right, but I wasn't supplementing my income, and I was spending a lot more, and I also had a car payment at that point, so I couldn't afford to continue.
Yes, well, that is true. That is true. I mean, but it doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Right, but I'm
curious. I mean, we'll talk about this more, but I might have actually encouraged you to continue. Depending on the situation, we need to get a full picture before I would even say something like that. But do you stream it all now? I want to.
I did a little bit, and I mean, if you look at my last paycheck or my like most recent transactions, there's like $63 that came in from Twitch. But
how many subscribers do you have now? 50 to what?
Like 10.
Because you stopped.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been over a year. It's been almost a year since I've tried.
What was your peak viewership?
I was maxing out at 25, and that was my biggest issue. Okay. 25 concurrent viewers. I couldn't break through that, no matter like how much I changed up my strategy.
Did you start a YouTube channel?
No, I just
because
I was putting in all my effort into continuing to stream and
but the best way to get exposure there is to build up an audience on another platform. That's what the CEO at that time said.
Right. Yeah.
So TikTok, YouTube. Okay.
And like I said, it was just then starting to like create videos and all that, but like at the same time, my funding was running out, and I didn't have that.
Well, this is interest free, but you're barely making any payments. But $2,640 now on this Best Buy card, and the statement's probably a little old, so it's probably a little better now. But why is this debt here in the first place?
So, like I said, when I started streaming, I took out a Best Buy credit card to kind of put. Why
didn't you pay it off though? With $15,000 you had.
Just for credit history.
Well, why didn't you pay it off though? Because
I wanted to pay it out
like a high balance. It was well over the 30%, which negatively impacts your credit.
Right. I just wanted to carry it out for the credit history. I wasn't really thinking about the utilization because my overall utilization was pretty low. I was keeping it under 30%.
Yeah, the overall.
And even with that on my credit card, it was still under 30%. So I wasn't 100% worried about paying it off. As far as current day, so it's two different like payment plans. So my MacBook is the one that's going to expire in May. 0 interest until May of this year. But my desktop,
and it will be done by May, right?
Yes, and I will. Okay. I mean, I've been putting a lot of money towards it.
Good.
And then my desktop computer is the other one, but that's not. That's 0 interest until
two computers. Okay.
Yeah, that's 0 interest until 2024.
Okay, as long as you don't miss it. I mean, 0 interest is fine. Don't like that it's this much out of 4,300, but technically it adds inherent risk. But if managed well, it's 0% is not the worst thing.
I do feel like I am a credit card person. I mean, I don't really use my credit up until recently. I've never used my credit card for anything. Well, I've used my credit card, But up until recently, I haven't had to use it except for an emergency.
What I don't like is having zero interest payments on a large balance to your income when you only have $1,000 saved up. So that adds an inherent level of risk, even if it's not as risky as, of course, having something that's not zero, but whatever. You also have an Apple Card. You don't hold balances, though. You pay it off.
Yeah, it's been paid off, and the only balance on it is my dog's
I was seeing
animal.
Yeah, I was seeing it looks like something that's just ongoing. $530, $299.
I actually got my my Apple credit card to buy an Apple Watch, and then I looked at it and I was like, man, that's probably maxing out my utilization. So I paid off my Apple Watch literally after I got it.
Good.
And then I just kept my utilization low, and it's helped my credit score. And actually, my credit score is the only reason why I have my car loan, because of how good it was before my car loan. But I've never missed a payment on anything.
All right. Oh, what is this car?
It's a 2021 Ford Mach-E GT. It's an electric SUV.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It's actually my second one.
Dude, you're 20. What?
I've made some pretty big financial mistakes. I'm
a credit card person.
I had a fully paid off one before, but it just wasn't meeting what I needed to do, especially with the range and the amount of driving that I was doing. So I sold it, and I bought the current car that I have paid off, and then I bought another car.
What's the balance on this thing?
On my new car?
Yeah.
$64,000.
See, $64,000 of car debt, bringing in $3,000 a month. A third of that being from using your car to bring in more income. Does not sound like wise finances, but what is the interest rate?
12%.
See, that's why. Why'd you do that? That's objectively stupid.
Right. But I have a plan on paying it off.
No, can't wait to hear this. All right, 1 second. What is your minimum monthly payment?
$12,045.
Not 12,000, but 1,200.
$1,245. Yeah.
Dude, that's stupid. That's stupid.
It is, but I have no other.
I don't give a crap. That's almost half your income. You should be doing a lot more. You should be saving. You're right. You don't have a lot of expenses. Where should that money be going? Saving up so you can get an apartment. Saving up for an emergency fund. Saving up so you can get a house. Putting stuff in investments. Having more than $1,000 in a saving account. This is stupid. It makes no sense. It is more than half your income if you don't DoorDash. Dude, this is brutal. I was optimistic here for a bit. I was like, okay, there's nothing I'm going to have to yell at this dude at. But now I have to yell. And the reason specifically why is because you think it's okay. And I need to make sure you know just how horribly stupid, dangerous, and risky this is. 12%. What is the term?
72 months.
Dude! It's basically as bad as it gets. Now people are going longer than that somehow. But that's basically as bad as it gets. 72 months. 1,200. And you're 20. This is stupid. This is so stupid. I'm so pissed at this debt. Not pissed at you, pissed at this debt. A little pissed that you think it's okay, but...
Well,
what's your plan? What's this grand plan? What's happening?
So my plan is I was going to sell the car that I have paid off.
What is that car?
It's going to get...
What is that car?
It's a 1979 Corvette. It's a collector's edition. And I got a guy that's going to buy it here in about a month.
For how much? What does he agree to?
$15,000.
Okay, it's not going to put much of a dent, but okay.
And then my plan was to save up an additional $10,000 to help with the refinancing, just in cash. And then in August, I have a custodial account that's been turned over to me.
How much?
About $100,000.
Oh, $100,000 in what? And from who?
It's my mom. She
kicked ass.
Well, my grandfather kicked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my grandfather had a company that sold for somewhere in the multi-hundred of millions.
What company was it? Can you say?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, it's bought out now.
Okay.
and all the shareholders, signed like an NDA on.
That's
it.
fine.
So, but it's about $100,000. It's less now because I did gift my dad about $20,000 because my dad's not very good with money.
So we should give him more?
No, it was something my mom wanted to do. She was like,
your money, she should give her whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. But my mom was just like, let's just do it this way. And I was like, okay.
Dumb. Okay.
But she is she's the person in charge. So there's no really.
Okay, so you're getting $100,000. What is it? It's like invested?
Mainly cash.
Mainly cash.
I mean, most of it is.
When do you get it?
On my 21st birthday.
Which
so
is in August, you said?
So this $1,200, I was only planning to pay for about 5 months before refinancing.
Okay. All right. That subdues the anger. Honestly, you're not going to refinance it for 4% or less.
But
okay, what's your plan?
With it being electric, like my maintenance for door dashing is 0. And gas is 0. Everything I make on DoorDash.
Well, maintenance is 0. I mean, you still have to replace things here and there, tires and stuff like that. But
tires.
It's minimal compared to
very
transmissions
minimal.
And crap. Yeah.
But for the most part, like no gas money. And my car before this car, this is actually my 4th car. But my car before this car was a 2021 Mustang GT, which just guzzled gas. It was probably about $300 to $500 a month in gas that I was spending. So going electric, and because I had already had this car before, I paid in cash for the electric installation of the charger, the supercharger. So I already had a supercharger that wasn't being used, so my electric was taken care of.
What I would do, I wouldn't fuck around with refinancing. Sell your Corvette if you want to. You don't have to. I'd just do the minimum monthly payment, unfortunately, but that's okay. Until August, I would take the $100,000. I'd pay off what was likely going to be like $60,000 at the time of the car, because you're not going to be able to refinance it for 4% or less, which is the only time where it's going to make it risk, worth it to maintain if you're going to have it. But even still, your income to the payment is still wouldn't make sense either way. Whatever.
Right.
So that's what I would do. Then I would straight up invest the other $40,000. I'm not going to say what to invest it in. Legal. But I'll say, if I got an extra $40,000 right now, I'm probably just putting in the S&P 500. Boom. Yay.
Yeah. I did a little bit of investing before.
What? Do you have money in investments?
Well, it was about $2,000, but now it's about $200. But it was when I was working at PetSmart, and any money that I was putting in.
Dude, I think you just around too much. You're just in and out of things, just constantly, just all over the place. And what do we have to show for it? $2,000 in checking account, spending all of it on fast food, and $1,000 in savings. I mean, you have $3,000 to your name. Mm-hmm. Like, all this stuff that you've done has gotten you to that. Then you had $15,000 at one point. I mean, you're just effing around so much where it's just like, okay, create a plan and actually do it. Like, if I'm doing this, I'm just paying it off in August, putting $40,000 in the S&P. Maybe I'm putting $9,000 so I can have $10,000 in a savings account saved up just in case anything bad happens to like your car and you have to get an emergency car, whatever. Something medical, who knows? Luckily, your rent is taken care of, but whatever. So you have $10,000 set aside. You have $30,000 being invested.
Also have a Roth IRA.
How much is in it?
$17,000.
Oh, well.
It's been maxed out every year since I was 18.
You also didn't send that. I can't do things if people don't send me things.
I don't really have access to it.
Okay, either way, if you just invested in the stock market and averaged 8% a year, your Roth IRA stayed and you didn't even continue to invest and you put the $30,000 in it, by the time you retire in 40 years, if you retired at 60, it'd be worth $1 million. So, woo. Just don't go around with this money when you get it.
Right.
I would pay off the car. Sell your Corvette if you want to. You really don't have to in this situation. And then just invest the rest. Maybe keep some aside just for a rainy day fund. At some point, you'll want to get a place of your own. You might not be able to buy one right away because we need to start getting your investing going. But having $10,000 set aside when you get your own rent will be good. You'll need to have an emergency fund.
I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Is about buying a place to live separate from my father. I have a trust that is meant for either a house or a
for everything
or education.
What? Okay, how much?
That's been my mom's. I mean, it's like $400,000.
That's how much?
Yeah.
Ish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So okay, somewhere around $400,000. Beautiful. That's fantastic. When do you get access to it? Your birthday again?
No, just whenever.
Okay.
So if I were to go to school, my mom would just use that money. But
do you want to go to school?
No.
Okay.
I've never had it in my plan to go to school.
That's fine. You can get certified in something. You can take advantage of like course careers.
Well, actually,
okay. Buy a starter home, $350,000 in Georgetown. Go get a super nice home. Get a $350,000 home in cash. Usually, I'm all for leverage, but since your income is blah 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 right now, and you know, whatever, that gets you such an amazing start point, and the money's there to do it. Don't do a down payment. Don't try to get all fancy. Don't do whatever. I would get a $350,000 home right now, today in Georgetown. Just go get it, and then the rest of that money that is not paying off your car from the other thing goes to starting your investment, and you're going to be a multimillionaire. And you're going to be able to roll this house eventually into a nicer house, you know, within a half a decade or a decade. Just don't rush all these things. And I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but just go get a starter home, dude. It's so worth it in your case.
What would you classify as a starter home? Like, I have no real estate savviness.
Just average 3-bed, 2-bath for sellability in the future. Bath. Townhome, not townhome, because you're going to be deep in the suburbs, and those are hard to resell unless you're downtown. Like a ranch style home, where it's just like single floor type thing. Starter home, 1,500 square feet. Doesn't have to be super nice. You know, maybe it's 10 years out of date, whatever. Then you update it in a few years. You can resell it for more, probably in like 5 years, because we're in a little bit of a dip now, but who knows? Whatever. 5-10 years, and you can probably save up more, roll it into a nicer place. Doesn't even matter. But just get a nice starter home now, like $350,000 in your area.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just invest that crap and pay off this car, and then you're good. Save up $10,000 for an emergency fund. Start saving up money. Do what you want in law enforcement. And that's fine. But, I mean, that's exactly what I would do. I wouldn't deviate from that at all.
Yeah. I have a budget, and I'm pretty good at sticking to it.
Your budget is?
I created it after this.
Oh,
I created it after that. Okay. And I mean, I do a lot of grocery shopping now. Like I'm buy my food at the grocery store.
Okay.
Make a nice chicken and dumplings every week, pretty much.
Hey, your girlfriend would be super impressed. Just go buy a house in cash. That's sick.
One thing I also wanted to talk about is how would you go about combining finances with a significant other? I know you don't have one right now, but
that's why I'm on Hinge Super Premium Plus Extra.
Okay, I've spent my fair time in with Tinder Premium.
Yeah, it says 20-year-old. Okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't do it until there's like a legal reason to do it, and like you're not legally together. Things are not legally together until you're either on debt together, and I wouldn't do that anyway until you're married. So I wouldn't worry about that now until it moves. Sounds like this is relatively new. You said. So I mean, I wouldn't worry about it until that knot is tied.
Right, and I was just wondering, like, in a general sense, not necessarily with my specific.
Once you do it, just both. I mean, the way I would personally do it is both paychecks go into one single account, and if for some reason people like having things separate, we divvy up within a budget and allocate the money from there into the different accounts based on what the budget says. But I mean, I would just have things from one account, and then some shared credit cards as well, if they were credit card people. Simple as that, really.
Yeah. She's definitely a lot more responsible than I am.
Okay. Well, take advantage of the incredibly privileged position you're in.
Yeah.
And don't f*** it up.
Yeah, I understand.
Don't f*** it up like you did your Twitch money, your pre-Twitch money.
Yeah.
Just, come on. Get it done. Get it done, get it did. And because you don't make much money anyway, I would also just pay off that credit card when you get the lump sum as well. I know that if you were on a more concrete path salary-wise, I'd be like, okay, 0% until it's done. But you don't really make good money right now.
Right. What I've thought about doing is kind of stepping back and going and getting my level 3 guard license, because right now I'm a level 2.
Okay.
The difference is armed commission versus unarmed guard.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I have a class that I'm going to be taking on the 5th of April. It's about $200, but I talked to my mom, and since it is education-based, she'll reimburse me for it.
Okay, fair enough. Go buy you a house.
Yeah. Go buy a house.
Anything else? Tell me what you're actually going to do then. My plan versus what you'll actually do. Should be my plan, but...
Definitely, I think I'm going to sell the car. Sell the Corvette. I don't need it anymore. Take the 15 plus 10 and then 20,000 from whatever. Oh, well, probably the other 40,000 and pay it off. And then talk about buying.
What are you going to do with the rest of that money?
I don't know yet.
You can invest it?
Probably, but
you're in the best decade of compound growth.
I'd take like 10,000 and keep it in my emergency fund.
Okay.
And then invest the rest.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're not just spending it.
No.
Okay.
Because I mean, I don't buy a whole bunch of stuff other than food.
Yeah.
I did most of my spending comes on with video games and stuff.
Okay.
Just like $5 every month or something.
Mm-hmm. And the house?
And then the house, believe me, I want to like sit down and talk to my mom about buying a house, but it's very much, cause she
is it her money?
No, not really, but she has a say in it until it's a trust. So she's
until you're 21.
No, until she believes that I'm old enough and responsible enough.
Really? Is that what it says? Was that the agreement?
I don't know. I've never read any of the stuff.
No.
But it's her money that she's put into a trust. It's her money.
Oh, it's her money.
Yeah, it's her money that she's
this isn't from the grandpa.
No.
Okay.
No. The custodial that's coming in August, that's from grandpa. That's my money. That's what I
have her watch this. Mom, let him get a $350,000 house in cash. Do you know how incredible that'll make the rest of his life? He's going to be richer than anyone he knows. Do that. And I'll connect you with a really good realtor here.
Yeah.
Like a really good realtor.
But yeah, so it's a tough conversation because my mom really wants that money because she
wants it?
She is hell-bent on the idea of me going to school. She wants me to go to school.
He's not going to school. Not everyone has to go to school. Wake up, 2023. Come on.
She wants me to go to school, and she says, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to want to go to school and you're not going to have any money. So.
That's not how that works. Mom, stop being dumb. That's not how that works. Not my mom. Your mom.
Right.
Love you, Mom. My mom.
I love you, Mom.
Okay.
She's a good person. She really is a good person.
No, she is. She's just being dumb on this issue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, like I said, it'll be a hard conversation, but I think I can talk to her about it. She's open to the idea.
Send her here. I'll yell at her.
She's open.
Dumb.
She's open to the idea of me buying a house, but she said she doesn't want to use all the money. She said she wants me to finance the rest of the money through her.
No. Tell her to show her this. That's so stupid. Don't be stupid. This is going to set him up so well, and he'll still have $50,000 left over. And $50,000, like Austin Community College or going to Texas State, can fully cover a 4-year degree if that's what he ends up wanting to do. He's going to be getting a starter home. Dude, don't listen to her being dumb. Okay, no. Just get a starter home. Dude, you're going to be set up so freaking well if you do this. I hope this isn't messed up.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty good at sticking to plans.
Yeah, well, if it's a plan that you do. Then,
yeah, that works.
Okay. Anything else?
That's pretty much it. I mean, I wanted to put some of the money into improving my dad's home.
No.
But
no,
because I've lived there for so long.
No, you don't have any equity into it. Do not put your own money into it. Gift it eventually if you want to. Buy his home if you want to. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but...
I mean, his home's paid off.
Yeah, but just don't do it. Don't do it. If he has a paid off home... No. Stop. You already gave him money when... No, stop. Just stop. It's being stupid. Please don't. You can give more. Just get yourself in a sound spot. It sounds like you have all this stuff, and you do. But right now, you actually have your Roth IRA is actually pretty good great for your age. Thank you for that. But you have $2,000 in your checking account, $1,000 in your savings. Get a place where you live in that you're only paying property taxes on, which suck in the area, and get rid of this debt. And then when you're doing well in the years to come, give back to them, both of them. Don't be stupid with it now, please.
Gotcha. So you're saying to do the house now?
Yeah, just go get it.
I don't think with my income I can afford a property tax at this point.
So my thoughts on that, you are kind of right. You can, with the house price you'd be buying, especially when that car payment's gone, it'll essentially, you can. But also you have in a perfect world, see, I don't know the area so much, so I said get a starter home for $350,000 in cash. Maybe go get a starter home for $300,000 in cash in that area. It's going to be on the lower end for sure in that area. And then use that other money as you're going through getting certified in different things. You can use course careers again to get certified in something that brings in more income now, and use that additional $100,000 to help subsidize. In the case where I said $350,000, you can use that extra $50,000 to help subsidize the property taxes. But it gets you into a paid-for house right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think you can right now, with your income right now, yes, you can afford the property taxes. Because it's not going to, you can.
It's not astronomical.
No.
Okay.
For Carlos, he is in a position where he can be like better than all of us by the time he retires. It's just he's just been ebbing and flowing throughout all these stories and everything, and I'm nervous about it. But if he actually follows the plan, and if his mom isn't stupid, he's in such a good position. For right now, because of the car debt, for where things sit at this exact moment, he's a Hammer Financial score 2 out of 10. But he is going to be easily, by the end of the year, potentially, if he follows everything here, I think a 9 out of 10, maybe a 10 out of 10 for his age. It's incredible, but that's if he follows it. Make sure to check out all the resources in the description below, and don't forget to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Thanks.